All right, everybody. We're changing it up a little bit for some of y'all this week. Art One's been doing perspective. We're going to take a break and not do 3-point perspective yet. Art Two, we've been doing some stuff, but we're going to try this competition. If you're in AP, you get the option of doing it. It's not a requirement. Everybody else, this is a requirement that you do the project. It is not a requirement that you do the contest. But today's project or this week's project is going to be based off of a competition. So we do this competition every year, and they always send it to me. It is Science Without Borders Challenge. So it is an international student art contest. So anybody all over the world can compete and send in their work. If you are 11 and 19 years old. If you're over 19, then I don't think you'll be allowed to participate in the actual competition, but you can still do the project. They give scholarships up to $500. This has the deadline is March, but we're going to do it before that. So first prize winner, $500. Second place winner, $350. And third place winner, $200. It says scholarships. So what would happen is when you graduate high school and you attend a college, they will just send the money straight to that college, and this money will go straight to or towards your education. So here's the eligibility of ages again. If you are 14 years old, you would participate in the lower group. If you're at least 15 to 19, then you'll be in the high school one. Let's see. The competition this time, and in the past it's been coral reefs and other things. This time it is the magic of the mangroves. So there are 80 species of mangroves in the world. You can do mangroves from anywhere. You can do ones that have tigers in the mangroves in, I think, India. So you might have to do a little bit of research to find out where and what things are living in the mangroves. So if you wanted to do I'm making this up, a dolphin, but a dolphin doesn't grow in or live in the mangroves, then you can't do a dolphin. So you need to make sure that whatever animals, and mangroves they're plants like a tree, but make sure your plants and animals and ecosystem all are from the mangroves. So you can make pictures using maybe sea turtles, maybe starfish, maybe anything that are in the mangroves. So it might take a tiny bit of research to figure out what grows there. And then you're going to create a piece of art. You can look at if it's a certain type of starfish you're wanting to draw. You can look at one of those to draw it and put it in a different composition to make it your own. So I don't want you to draw a sea turtle without looking at a picture of a sea turtle and drawing the sea turtle as accurately as possible. But you have to come up with the whole composition of how the picture works. So there's more information on here, and I'm going to put a link to all of this, additional resources, photographs, all of that. There's a hermit crab. So mangroves are these trees that grow, and they grow down into the water, and then down inside the water a whole nother species of water animals live under them. So your pictures can be things that are outside of the water or inside of the water, or you could split your picture and have some of both. So I'm not going to tell you what materials you have to use. I'm going to go to this contest rules. I'm going to tell you what you can't do. Let's see here. Artwork must be 2D, such as a painting or a drawing. Acceptable media includes paint, pencils, markers, crayons, ink, felt, or oil pastels. Using magazine, newspapers, or other non-original work is not permitted, so you cannot do a collage. You cannot do digitally created work, so you cannot work on an iPad and create it. So it has to be for real done with pencils or crayons, or I don't use crayons, but Watercolors, that would be good. I think you can paint on canvas because it does say painting. Um, so you can do an acrylic painting if you have the materials for that. If you only have the paper and the Sharpies and the pencils that I ask you to get, you can completely do this project with what you have. You're only allowed to do one. You're gonna do them. You're gonna submit them online if you want to be in the competition. So now I'm going to show you some examples, and don't get discouraged if you're doing this project just for Miss Nealon. When I show you these examples, don't be discouraged because they're some of them are amazing. And so some of y'all will want to do the competition, but some are just doing the project just to do Miss Nealon's project. So this was the winner last year, and last year it was coral reefs. So now there's not a book in the coral reefs, but you can use your imagination. It doesn't have to be something that just grows in the mangroves. But then they also have like bags and trash, which are the bad parts that hurt the coral reefs. So um, you have to write, if you're going to submit it, you have to write a little blurb explaining what you did. But here are some other examples, and you can come on here because you'll have the link to the website and look at the other examples. I don't know, to me that one's not as good as the other ones. This one's done in pencil, so you do not have to do it in color. It could be in black and white. Be creative, like they did these bubbles back behind her, and each bubble is full of other images. And so it can be creative and different, like these here, as long as it fits in with the theme of the magic of the mangroves. So make sure you do the theme. Make sure you do not copy anything that you find online. So even if you find a beautiful picture of the mangroves, you cannot do it exactly like that photograph. You have to add in your own elements. Like you have to add in different fish. You have to add in different birds or whatever else you might add into the picture. But it cannot be just like a photograph that you find. You can't just replicate a photograph. So that is the example of the project. These are some winners of the project. Some of my students definitely have the ability to compete with this quality of work. Now, if you feel like you're not there and you're doing it just to be doing this project for Ms. Nealon, I'm going to show you some projects that my kids have done in the past. Now, I'm not saying that this seahorse grows in the mangroves. They didn't do it for this specific challenge of this assignment. But these are some watercolor pictures. Every year I always have my students do an underwater watercolor. So these are examples of that. This is not necessarily fitting in with the mangroves, which you would have to fit into, but just some examples. So here's a split underwater and above water, like I was talking about a minute ago. We got some jellyfish, and this would be an example of, this would not fit into the mangroves. I think that was supposed to be a coral reef when she drew it. Some of these are not great. Please do not draw mermaids because mermaids are not real and mermaids are not in the mangroves. So pictures that could be the ecosystem, and I'm going to put a picture up on your assignment that tells you what is in the ecosystem of the mangroves. So I don't know that sharks are in there. I haven't really researched it, but you can look it up if you're wanting to draw a shark. So here's some more. All right, no mermaids. Clownfish, jellyfish. So if your level of painting and drawing is on this level, that is fine. Just do the project for Miss Nealon and don't have the intentions of submitting it to the competition. And anybody and everybody can submit to the competition. I'm not limiting it to any, like the best 3 or anything. Anybody can submit your art and just see if you win. It's worth trying if you want to win some money for a scholarship. All right. I hope this helps you understand. I'm going to add the link and the link to all of these things up here. And I'll add a couple pictures from this former work of my kids. and you are going to do this week. We'll split it up into little parts, like drawing the composition the first day and some outlining it the second day, same as we've been doing. Um, I can't wait to see what you do. And I know we've been doing some technical stuff with Art One, and this should give you a break. And I hope that you enjoy this project. So, have a wonderful week.